about winning $7 million in blackjack, but his fighters are starting GoFundMes. So something just needs to change, and I want to help be a voice for that.
Jake, real quick, man. I see the ice. I gotta ask about the chain, the Conor chain.
Yeah.
You know, he broke his ankle. Do you feel bad for trolling him at all? Like, is it any part of you do you feel bad for him? Right
Not
now?
at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. He's a piece of shit.
Right.
You know, he's sitting there on the ground after losing. You know, talking shit to Dustin Poirier's wife.
Right.
So I don't feel bad at all. It's the Hurt Business.
This thing is karma.
Yeah. I think he's an evil man, and he had what was coming for him.
I saw you tweeted at Dustin. Dustin tweeted back at you. Are you giving him the chain?
Yeah. So he's sending me he sent me his address, and I'm sending him the chain, and I think he's raffling it off for charity. So someone will actually be able to get the chain.
Oh wow. He'll have it by this week.
Yeah, I'm sending it over as soon as possible.
I mean, because you spent what, $100K on that?
Yeah.
That doesn't hurt your pockets at all.
No, I think he deserves it. I think it's hilarious.
Right.
You know, like. I hope he takes a picture with it and posts it on Instagram. And I just love to see McGregor, you know, plummet. You know, he was a meteoric star that's now just taken a nosedive. And you know, before I wanted to fight him, and I offered him $50 million, and now my offer is $23.
Right. Are you sending the chain with the broken ankle, or is it going to be complete?
I tried to snap off the ankle on it. After the fight, I took a rock and tried to smash it. It wouldn't break. Honestly, the chain is more solid than McGregor.
Now, August 29th, big fight versus Tyron Woodley. This is your toughest opponent yet. He has an impressive UFC record. Are you a little worried about facing such a guy with, you know, 7 knockouts?
No, worried isn't the word at all. I think it's knowing that my opponent is a real deal striker. He's been boxing probably 5 times as long as I have, and I will have to go in there and be as sharp as possible, but I'm still going to get the job done and knock him out. But he is the hardest opponent yet.
So you're predicting a knockout. What round?
Third round.
Third round knockout.
100%.
Yeah. And how much you making for this fight? How much is Tyron making?
Can't get into that.
Can't get into it. But
a
it's
lot.
In the millions.
Yeah, a lot. Yes, but yes.
I asked Mike Tyson about the fight. He picked you to win viciously. How does that make you feel?
Uncle Mike, that's my guy. You know, I think he sees the work ethic, and we've had a couple heart-to-hearts, and he's right. You know, I think people just see the speed I have, the power I have, how determined I am, how I work well under the lights. I feed off of the pressure, the crowd, you know, the negativity. The haters fuel me. You know, Tyron Woodley just isn't as hungry or as determined as I am.
Mayweather is with him a little bit. What do you think about that, him and Floyd?
I think it's hilarious. You know, it's just like, two old guys sending them into retirement. But you know, how is Floyd Mayweather, who couldn't even finish my brother, who's a YouTuber, going to teach Tyron Woodley how to beat me? You know, Tyron is bouncing around different coaches, going to LA, going to Miami, going to Floyd Mayweather. That's not the way to progress in this sport. Stick with your team, pick a coach, repeat your drills, and get better every single day.
Is a fight with Floyd on your? Do you want that fight?
I don't think it'll happen. He said he wants me to cut down to 147 pounds, and then he'll fight me. So before he fought my brother, we were fake fighters, and now he will only fight Jake Paul if I cut to 147 pounds, which is physically impossible for me to cut that much.
You don't think that fight will ever happen? You and Floyd?
Not if he doesn't want to fight me at a reasonable weight.
One night. Okay, cool.
Pacquiao Spence?
Is that happening? I heard there's like back and forth. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, I think Earl Spence, just the youth, the youth.
Jake, as someone, I used to watch you on YouTube all the time and on Disney Channel growing up. What would you like to say to all your longtime followers who've watched you grow and grown with you?
Thank you. You know, like it's been a crazy journey. Yeah. We've gone through many different, you know, ups and downs, and you know, without my fans, I wouldn't be here today.
Exactly.
And I think, you know, they're my ride or dies, and I owe it all to them.
Definitely. And like, I think it's so inspirational that you've come such a long way, and I've done like cover other fights and stuff, and like you're like the only guy who ever like gets like the most attention, and I think it's so cool, and it's such an inspiration. Is there any other business ventures you'd ever want to go from here?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm trying to conquer it all.
Yeah.
We have some things in the pipeline. I have my investment fund, anti-fund, doing a bunch of tech investments into amazing companies. But right now, the main focus is just boxing and knocking people out and taking their heads off.
That's awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
And
I love taking heads off.
who would you like to fight next?
We'll see. You know, I try not to predict what's going to happen next in my career anymore because the sky is the limit and things are progressing so fast. So, you know, who knows? I might fight Tyson Fury next. I might fight Anthony Joshua next. Anything's possible.
Would you ever fight your own brother?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a tricky question.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting. Our parents don't want us to do it. You know, we've been talking about it for years now. So it's some days I'm like, yeah, let's fight. Some days I'm like, I don't really want to do that.
Last question. What message do you have for all your haters and people who want to see you lose?
Thanks for buying my pay-per-views.
I love it.
Jake, why wasn't the Showtime camera right?
Is this, in a way, a chance for you to make up for those things that you didn't get to do, like younger, like athletically, and really get the things that you wanted or you expected from yourself?
I guess so. You know, like I had that itch. I didn't get to wrestle my senior year of high school where I probably would have become the state champion. And so I was always like, damn,
Like, what if?
what if,
Yeah.
you know? So I think that is the way for me to go back and scratch that itch.
You know, you're very confident coming into this fight that you are going to win, that you're going to get a knockout. Like, what do you see there that you feel you are going to be able to knock out Tyron? And what are we not seeing that you're seeing?
I think just my speed, you know, and the focus on myself. Tyron can do whatever he wants, but I just have something different. Like I'm truly built different. You know, it might be the calcium in the Ohio cows, but my bone density just cracks through people's skulls, and I'm just built for this. I love getting into a real fight in sparring matches. I love getting hit in the face. That's not normal. Like, normal people don't like those things. And my team is probably the best team I've ever seen assembled in boxing, and we depict everything that's going to happen in every single fight so far, and it's happened, and I'm mentally prepared, and I don't cut a single corner. You know, when I'm in training camp, if the cameras aren't there, if no one's around, I'm still doing all the things. Even if my coaches aren't motivating me to do it, I don't take a second off, let alone a day off.
You've been dedicated, and I think a lot of people are starting to show that, are starting to see that from you now, the dedication and the training that you're actually putting in. With that being said, Tyron is saying that he's going to knock you out, that he feels that you're not up to, I guess, his par, like based on the competition that he's had in the past. Like, what do you make of that? You're coming into a guy who's seen as one of the greatest UFC welterweights in the world. Obviously, this is like a good chance for you to prove people, like, hey, no, I can really fight amongst a guy who's a live dog in there.
Yeah, look, I think I'm exposing the UFC a bit with their striking capabilities. He's fought the best in the world in the UFC, but that's not boxing. You know, people think they're very similar sports, which they kind of are, but it's really like relating swimming to basketball. It's two very different things. Boxers are more efficient, more precise, more conservative with their energy, you know, scoring points. It's just a completely different ball game, and a lot of people don't really understand that. They just take it at face value, which is, this is a fight. It's not that. He's coming into my territory, and as crazy as it sounds, I'm a much better boxer than him, even though he's been doing it for 5 times as long. And yes, he's fought Kamaru Usman. Yes, he's fought Gilbert Burns, but that's not Jake Paul. You know, I will finish him, unlike those guys. And then people are going to come back and watch this interview and be like, holy shit, this kid is crazy. He predicted the future. And, you know, what the fuck is going on? And what the fuck is in the milk in Ohio?
Will you ever grapple, though? Will you ever get into the MMA side of stuff?
Maybe. I think there's an itch there. You know, not anytime soon. But it would be fun to go back in and wrestle and maybe throw some submissions.
No, I asked Tyron, like, what happens if you press him? You're the bigger guy. You have a lot of physical advantages in the fight. And he says, you know what, I kind of do expect him, but does that... is that more advantageous for you to press someone like him, to smother him so he can't get his punches off on him?
Yeah, I'm coming out hot. Like, I'm going to go out there and finish the fight early, press him, put him on his back foot, be the aggressor, come forward.
Because you got to bully the bully. Like, you can't let them come to you. You got to make him respect you, but also impose yourself on him.
Well, exactly. And, you know, all he has really is that overhand right. So I'm fighting a one-trick pony.
Jake,
When you connect with him, do you feel that at this point, like, he just can't take shots like that anymore, given the wars he's been through?
I think so, but also, like, when he feels that first crack, I love seeing in my opponent's eyes the oh shit moment. I saw it in all 3 of my pro fights. That holy shit, this kid can crack. I saw it in Ben Askren's eyes. We start going out there in the first round, pop, pop, boom, and he's like, I see it in his eyes. He flies back and he's like, oh my god, I'm fighting the fucking animal. And then boom, he's on the canvas 10 seconds later. So it's gonna be a rude awakening for him.
Jake,
The tattoo, do you think he'll go through with it, Jake?
I think he might bitch out. I think he might bitch out.